People, Deluded, I'm back again. Something of nothing really, but you know me, I'm always going to make content. And if for nothing more, if this can just be a decent vid to get you lot through 10 minutes of your day, why not? But yeah, man, apparently the Sun has said, and you know, I don't advocate looking at that paper or in fact reading it, but apparently Arteta is plugging his Arsenal players into a GPS network to spy on their fitness levels during the corona lockdown. And you know, it shouldn't be much of a headline, but you can imagine it wouldn't make sense for players to be issued training and stuff and clubs to not remotely track it. Again, they have to put a lot of faith in the players to not only do the workouts, which a lot of them should, but follow it through. But it would be stupid to not, if any way, track. You know, are they running as much as they can? Are they getting through it? And all this other statistical stuff. It would make complete sense, really. So it's a headline of nothing because, again, if they're not doing GPS for say, I can imagine all clubs are doing some sort of tracking. So it's just selling a story, really. But moving away from that and talking about some statistics under Arteta now, people, and Arsenal statistics in general this season that I found via a Sky Sports article and a couple of others. And I really should go and watch all... What was that? Oh, sorry, people. My iPhone wire. I thought a mad thing happened in here, people. I apologise. My iPhone wire touched my leg. I thought something happened. You know, I don't play that stuff. I should really cut this out. But, yeah, man. I should really go and watch Arteta's games that he's from when he's taken over at Arsenal till now. So, like, you know, what was his first game? Bournemouth to whenever our last game was. I should really go and watch them games again. That might, you know, that's going to be something I do, people. But looking at it, apparently, before Arteta came, we had one clean sheet in 15, conceding 28. Under Arteta, we've had 7 clean sheets in 15, conceding just 12. So again, improvement is we need to be wary of the word improvement, but that shows you Arteta's a good coach. He can coach. Coaching was a big part of this and improving players. Shows there's a better emphasis that Arteta's got with them. Collective thinking, you know. Defending is, you know, the defenders are in charge of defending, but way before the opposition gets to have an effort at Leno, our first line of defence is the strikers. So there's clearly a better emphasis on game management and defending as a team. While it's not perfect, it's about building blocks and moving in that direction in which, you know, statistically we're not perfect, but we're going in that way, hopefully. Interceptions have improved. Under Arteta, it's now at 10.6. Prior to him, it was at 8.5. We're covering... Emre was making us run more, so let's be fair to Emre. Under Emre, we was doing 107 kilometers. Under Arteta, we're averaging 109.27 per 90 minutes. So again, you know, we need to be able to run. There's no the way we want to play and being aggressive. We need to be able to get through it. And you've seen again against like Chelsea and United. It was positive to see how quickly the players were getting to it, but we saw it's going to take a while because if you remember them games, first half we was at it, naturally second half we're knackered, especially the Chelsea one. In United as well, we were knackered. So it's lovely to see. I have to praise the players, whether it's players we thought couldn't have a future here or players we wanted to see more of. And as much as I'm praising Arteta, the players have to take on the information and play and play like this. So I praise everybody fairly with the same energy we was using to criticise these lads under Emre. While we haven't been perfect and, you know, we're not perfect at all and the bar is almost the lowest it's been in terms of expectations as an Arsenal fan, credit where due. You know, and moving away from Arteta, it's not just him, but just our general discipline. We have the joint most bookings in the league this season, which stands at 63 from the 28 we've played so far. In terms of scoring goals, we know scoring is an issue at this team. We know we're very reliant on Aubameyang. You know, if I was to name our top scorers, you know, Lacazette's probably got a fairly decent amount. But if it's not Aubameyang, Martinelli when chipping in, I think even Pepe's up there. And Pepe's not at the best of seasons. This shows you our lack of goals, really. We've scored 40 goals. It's our fewest at this stage in the season since the 98-99 season when we scored 41 and went on to finish second. Which is, you know, it's not good enough. And looking at our crosses, I saw in this article we made 390 crosses and only 71 were successful, which is poor, people, really poor. I'm not saying, you know, we've got 390, we must have 288 on point, but we can do much better than that. In fact, for goals, we're only 8th in the league for goals, which isn't good enough, people. And we've only scored 3 from outside the area, people, which is crazy. Where you look at the other hand. Well, we'll get on to that. We've only scored 3 from outside the area. looking at it as well, people, where would we be without Aubameyang's goals? Aubameyang, just in terms of taking shots, people, Aubameyang's the only player I saw from an Arsenal perspective in the top 20. He was 15th with 65 goals. Obviously, he's our top goal scorer, and Lord knows where we'd be without his goals, people. So it shows you we need to shoot more as a team. We need more. Our team needs to collectively score more. There's individuals that can pull their weight. Can we get more goals from our central midfielders or bring in someone for me? And it just shows you we're still very much toothless. We've been in a lot of trouble without Aubameyang. Most points earned by goals in the Premier League this season. Points won from goals. Aubameyang has scored 17 goals, and he's got 16 points. So that makes him the best in the league as such. And in terms of goals and points won from the goals, Mane's up there. He's won 18 points from his 14 goals. Jimenez from his 13 goals has won 16 points. Jordan Ayew of Crystal Palace from his 8 goals has won 14 points. So it's a difficult one. Lord knows where we're being without Aubameyang, and considering his contract, it's peak for us, people. It's peak. As you lot know, we've drawn. I spoke on bookings earlier, and I've just seen something that I had written down. Apparently, no surprise, Xhaka is second for most fouls in the league. Which, some of his fouls have been technical fouls, and he has been in good form, and it is what it is. But what does that show you? Is look, again, some of the fouls Xhaka has made is clearly brainless, but some of these fouls have been on the recovery. So is there something we can look at collectively as a team? On the counter-attack, are we vulnerable and we're making fouls sort of thing, people? Do you get it? So it is what it is, and obviously 63 yellow cards are not Xhaka's. So while he's made the third most fouls, second most fouls, there's an issue in what we're doing collectively as a team. It's well known that Leno is up there for shots saved and whatnot, and it's great that our keeper's there, and it looks heroic and things. But reality is that it shows how much work we have to do defensively as a team, because a top 6 keeper should not be there, people, really and truly. He's made 104 saves in the campaign. Only Newcastle's Martin Dubravka has made more with 117 people. So 104 and 117, if I didn't make that clear, which is crazy. Speaking of assists, people, which is quite poor. I didn't even realise Pepe had 6 Premier League assists, or at least the website says he does. He's the only player in our top 10 for assists, people, which, again, this is not good. It shows you on one hand that people might need to allow it with Pepe, because even, I wouldn't say Pepe's having the best of season, but he's still, within the context, got a respectable return. This shows you what he can do, but it also shows you how toothless we are. And again, the collective, while we're moving in a good direction, there's still a lot of work to be done, people. We draw too many games. We've drawn 13 games this season. It's already our most in an entire season since drawing 17 or 42 Premier League games during the 93-94 season. Does that really? How? Okay. But you said... Oh, sorry, the important word of since. I had a brain fart there, people. But yeah, man, we not know we're drawing too many games. And some of them draws, we've saved our bacon because we haven't started games well and we've had to equalise. Some of these games, we've obviously been in winning positions and dropped them. So game management, while we're taking steps in the right direction, still needs to improve. Defensive outlook, while Arteta has introduced some positives in an attacking sense and defensive sense, still a lot to do. In terms of running, still a lot to do. Defensively is the main error for me, because when I see 63 yellow cards, I see Xhaka's made the most fouls, and I see that we think he drawed however many games, and Leno's making 104 saves. The theme I see is game management. We're reacting, we're not being proactive. We're making these fouls and doing things because we're out of position. Leno is facing these efforts because we're not being as solid as we can. We're being a bit disorganised. You get it? So there's still a long way to go as a team, but I think I speak for most logical Arsenal fans when I say all you lot wanted to see was a manager, which Emery failed to do, which Arteta is now somewhat doing so far. We're hearing what you're saying in the press conferences, and you're backing it up, and game by game there's a small improvement. You could also say the corona thing came at the wrong time for Arsenal. Life is more important than football, and I won't go as far to say we was turning things around, but we was getting a bit of form. Lacazette, for example, while I wasn't setting the world alight, was starting to score again. So it came at the wrong time, and if the league does reopen and start again, it'll be interesting to see how we do. But for now, I haven't got much more to add, or anything more to add for that matter, so I'm going to get out of it. People, it's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.